Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 140 Northwest Macleay Boulevard here in Portland. We're located at the rear of the home. We have a 4-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. It's cast iron pipe on both sides, so this has just been installed in between that. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Looking at records, it does appear that this line is connected to some other homes here on the hillside. Anyway, here we go. And it does transition back to ABS plastic. Okay, I'm going to stop here. This is at 75 feet. We do have a Y connection here, is where another line is tying in. It does appear, based on the fact that it's newer piping, it's been repaired, it's likely considered an easement. I would definitely look into the paperwork or pull records to ensure that it is contracted as an easement and not some sort of party line. I'm going to go ahead and start reeling the camera back, but again, this is a stopping point. This is where another house ties into the line. Okay, so right here at 19 feet, we have the start of a belly in the line. It extends out to right around 32 feet. It's around 12, 13 feet long. There is a fairly significant amount of standing water. There's at least an inch, if not more than that. Once the water level goes over the camera head lens, I can't tell how much deeper it gets. But there is also a pretty decent amount of debris built up here in the line, so I would either recommend putting the line on just jetting it out every so often, or scoping it every so often to see how the buildup is doing in here. It's a spot in the line where large wads of toilet paper, especially things like paper towels and grease, will hang up and can build up to the point where they block up the line. Either that, obviously the best option would be to repair the belly so that proper flow is restored to the line. Alright, went ahead and located here. I did a rough marking. There's a white paint marking here, about obviously 20 feet away from the clean out. That's kind of up on the top of the hillside. At least that's how the locator's picking it up. The depths are varying quite a bit. I think it's just because I'm locating on a pretty steep hillside here. Yeah, it looks like the belly ends here at about 34 feet out, so it's right around it's about a 15-foot section of the line here that's lost slope and grade. And there's about going through there, it looks like there's just over an inch of standing water. Yeah, I attempted to locate here. I'm getting a really rough signal on this one, and it's easier to try to figure this out once you're back here looking at the back hillside. But the line runs, it looks like, kind of on the top edge of the hillside, and then starts angling down, sort of the way that the little rock pathway goes. But I'm picking it up kind of in the rock pathway and underneath a rock wall. It's where like there's a terrace. And I put just some white paint on some bushes there. It's a very rough marking. I can't get an accurate depth there. It's very hard to tell if it's running underneath that wall or not. But anyway, I do recommend correcting the belly from 19 feet to 34 feet there to restore proper flow to the line. Everything on either side of the belly is in good shape and functioning at this time. And I do recommend a rescope to ensure that the belly was corrected properly. Okay, so I just scoped it from the clean out back towards the home with the water turned off. This turn right here is right where the line goes back into the foundation. We do have some standing water here in the line as well. It's from this is obviously going back towards the house, but it's about 3 feet or so. From 3 feet to 9 feet, there's a standing water in the line. Right around 3/4 of an inch to an inch of standing water there. wouldn't be a bad idea to get that corrected as well, because it's another spot where debris can hang up. When you get belly back to back, it further increases the debris is going to hang up in the sewer line. Everything's just moving that much slower as it comes through, and especially the rough nature of I'll try to locate the spot here and do some white paint markings on the section of the pipe that has a belly in it. You won't need a depth. Alright, mapped out the section of the pipe here heading back towards the home. And again, it's 3 feet from the clean out, going back towards the home out to 9 feet. And I've got 3 dots back here. Again, the pipe is exposed, running parallel to the rear of the house. And yeah, there's a dot on either end of the section of pipe that's bellied out, and a dot in the middle just to frame in where the belly is. I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera all the way back out. I recommend rescoping after all the repair work just to ensure that those bellies were corrected properly.